The Klos 5-string basses are here and they are awesome. Let's talk about them. So Klos Guitars, as you may or may not know, is a company that's about an hour south of me here in Provo, Utah, that specializes in carbon fiber instruments. They make a bunch of different stuff, various sizes of carbon fiber acoustic guitars, mandolins, ukuleles. They also make killer bass guitars featuring carbon fiber pickguards and carbon fiber necks. Now, the neck was my very favorite part of the 4-string bass that they let me borrow a couple of years ago for a review, and these do not disappoint. This neck is incredibly comfortable, very easy to play, but the extra string isn't the only thing that's new on these basses. Ian, the owner of the company, and I had a chat this morning on the phone, and he was telling me about this new hardware that they're trying out. This is from an Italian company called Riviera, I believe, and this is what they're calling their headless option. So you've got a little bit of interesting hardware that secures, the string down with some Allen keys on the back here. And then you've got these individually mounted pieces for the bridge, and you make your tuning adjustments from down here. What this means is that the neck that's already light has no weight out on the top of it because there are no tuning machines on here, making this an extremely light and comfortable bass to play. In fact, this one in particular weighs 7 pounds 4 ounces, which is insane for a 5-string bass. That's like a particularly light 4-string bass, and this is 5. Incredible. The comfort on these things is just out of this world. And you might have noticed the strap button is in kind of an odd spot. Normally they're like right in the middle here, but this one's shifted way up. And what that means is that the bass kind of naturally wants to do this thing, which puts the bass at this perfect 45-degree angle, which just is exactly where you want it to be. Super, super comfortable playing experience. Very lovely instrument. I just can't get over how good it sounds too. So yeah, let's talk about the electronics. These are actually unchanged from the Klos Pro model. These are the Fishman Fluent setup. So you've got treble, bass, pickup selector, and volume, and then this 3-way toggle switch, which gives you like they call it their vintage option, a full range option, and then a mid-scoop option. You also get a coil tap on the volume knob, which puts these humbuckers into single coil mode. When I was looking back at my old reviews after playing on these for a little while, I feel like I was unnecessarily harsh on these electronics. Specifically this switch I didn't really care for. And I don't know what's different this time around, but I've had such a good experience with this bass this time. Like, I really love the way it sounds. I'm having a lot more fun switching around on the electronics and getting cool sounds out of it. I really love the coil tap. This is such a cool sound. It's really unique. Every time I pop this up, it makes me want to start playing like the Megadeth stuff. It just sounds very much like the Dave Ellefson thing for whatever reason. Just can't get over the playing experience on these things. Like, they just beg to be played, and they sound good all the way up and down the neck. Like, every note rings out really clear. A lot of times, especially with Fender basses, there'll be like a dead spot somewhere, and it's not like a deal-breakingly bad thing, but there'll just be like one note that doesn't quite ring out like it's supposed to. And all of the Klos basses I've ever tried, they're just so consistent across the entire fretboard. They're also really consistent bass to bass. Like, they all just feel really similar. I've probably played, 8 or 10 different Klos basses, and they all just feel identical. And that kind of consistency is one of those things that you really need to believe in when you're ordering from a shop that you're probably not going to get to, try out the bass before you buy it, because they do most of their sales online through their store. And I just think that speaks to the quality of their manufacturing. They just do a really good job with their QA and their setups. Like, these are just really good feeling basses. And you can see, like, it's just balancing in my lap. No problem at all. Like, it just does that. No strap needed. Like, it's just right there. Even hear that acoustically, but man, it's just so like bright and crisp and unapologetically modern. There are no classic tones in this bass, even with the switch in like classic mode. Like that's just not what it does. But asking a bass like this to do that, it's just not what it's built for, right? This is a modern sounding machine, and I love it. This low B is just so tight and crisp and defined. If you can't tell, I love this thing. I really, really like this bass. Okay, let's talk about the couple of things that I don't like. The color. I'm not jazzed on this color. This to me looks more like a Toyota Tacoma, right? Like you're gonna have your bike rack strapped to the top of it. Like this looks like an outdoorsy color. And maybe it's for somebody else, not for me. This is not my speed. I like red. You guys know I love red. The other thing I would probably change about this is I would go with just standard tuning machines on this. Like I don't have any problems with this bridge, but I'm just so used to tuning up here and it just feels more comfortable to me, right? Just a preference thing, that's all. This system seems cool, but I think I would just prefer something that I'm more familiar with. I'm a creature of comfort, what can I say? But this headstock is a cool redesign. I didn't get to talk about this. If you'll remember the kind of stubbier version that they were doing for the 4-string basses, I know a lot of people weren't like super keen on those, but these new redesigned ones look killer. I'm gonna put up a picture of what these look like when they have the normal tuning machines on them. I think they look fantastic. Like such a cool design, but still like extremely light. I think if the previous headstock design was a deal breaker, then that is just not going to be an issue on these anymore. Like it's still a fairly small headstock design, because they still want them to be pretty compact, but this is a much more attractive sort of shape. And where my only two little quibbles with this bass are things that they will absolutely customize, I can wholeheartedly endorse these basses. Holy crap, these are so cool. They're so comfortable. They're so lively. They're so light. Like this bass is 7 pounds, 4 ounces for a 5-string. What the heck? Like the whole reason why I got my Seric was because they are particularly light, because they, take the bodies down really thin and they pay attention to the ergonomics and everything. And I'm still going to play the heck out of my Serics because I absolutely love them. But for a modern option, like, whoo, this is cool. This is so cool and so comfortable and ergonomic. I just can't stop playing these, and I'm really sad that I'm only going to have them for the weekend, because I know I look pissed in all of the sound sample videos. I was just like really concentrating. Okay, I gotta get this thing, But like listening back to the sound clips, man, it sounds good. It sounds so good. Let's hear another one right now. Oh, and by the way, Klos is not paying me for any of this. They just gave me these to borrow for the weekend and asked me to make a video and mention some of the specs. Like, for example, this body wood is particularly light. I think it's Polonia, My Little Polonia, something like that. And yeah, it doesn't hardly weigh anything. I was able to take this to a rehearsal the other night, and everybody really dug it. They thought it was super cool and sounded great. player is also a bass player, and he could not believe how light and comfortable it was. Such a cool bass, so surprising. It completely exceeds all of my expectations for the 5-string. This was worth the wait. But yeah, like the level of customization that Klos offers, the flexibility that they'll let you have with these, if you want to do different pickups or like a passive option or the normal bridge and tuners, they have a lot of different colors. Like you can make these basses absolutely your own really, really easily. I mentioned this in the 4-string video, and they do this on all of these too, but they have what's called a swimming pool route under here, which means that this is just a big open cavity here under the pickguard, and so all the electronics and the pickups are mounted directly to the pickguard. And I know that they have like a big database of pickups, so they can cut different shapes in here for these and make it all work. Like definitely check them out, get your quote, whatever. I don't know how it works, but yeah, I want one. Here's what mine would look like. It's going to be that flame maple red, the flame top. It's a little heavier wood, but I think it looks good. I'm going to have the standard machine heads at the top. I think this looks cool, but I'm just used to the old system, the traditional system. And the coup de grace, the white pickup covers. Ooh, that would look slick. That would be so cool. Santa, if you're listening, that's what I want for Christmas, is a Klos 5-string Apollo. Because these are so great. Oh, I don't know if I shouted out this little detail, the carbon fiber cover for the string ferrules in the back. Nice little touch. The easy to access 9-volt cover. Just want to spend some more time playing this before I have to give it back. Thanks again to Klos for letting me borrow this. This is excellent. Oh, I almost forgot to mention the bag. We can't forget about the gig bag that they give you. It's got a ton of like pockets in here. And then this is also designed, as I said in the 4-string version, to have the neck removed. So with wooden necks, like they'll wear out over time if you do that too often, but these are designed to pull the neck off if you need to like fly somewhere. And these bags are designed in such a way, the strings stay attached when you pull the neck off, and then the neck goes into a separate little sleeve that then attaches to the side with these buckles here. They have their little instructions on the tag. And so the entire size of the bass is basically just the body. So you can stick this in your carry-on when you fly. How cool is that? That's so cool. So I've rambled long enough and I've glazed these enough. If you're even remotely interested, I highly recommend checking these out. They are premium, so they do come with a hefty price tag, but man, it does feel like it's worth it. They are just so light. They sound amazing. They're fun to play. Yeah, definitely really like these. Giving these 2 big thumbs up from me. Anyway, that's it for me. I'll see you on the next one. AMP out!